September 26, 2021. So I'm going to show you guys how the current ongoing volcanic eruption in the Canary Islands, specifically on La Palma Island, ties in with images of iPetGoat 2. Also, Gabby Petitto. So this is the main thumbnail used in iPetGoat 2, and it clearly looks like this could be a volcanic eruption. And you also have the ash coming down right here. This scene is named Pieda by the makers of the video, Heliofont. So, the Pieda, meaning pity or compassion, is a subject in Christian art depicting the Virgin Mary cradling the dead body of Jesus after his body was removed from the cross. It is most often found in sculpture. The Pieta is a specific form of the lamentation of Christ in which Jesus is mourned by the Virgin Mary alone. So, one of the things that I wondered about in this image, which just looks oddly out of place, is her palm sticking up in the air, right underneath the volcanic eruption. Well, if you think about it, palm and La Palma, but not only that it just sounds similar, it is the same, because in Spanish, La Palma translates to the palm. So that makes perfect sense why this is referencing the volcanic eruption on La Palma Island. Then if you look at what she's holding, I believe that it is a tear jar. Again, this is the Pieta scene. It's supposed to be representing the Virgin Mary mourning the death of her son. And it says here, tear bottles were fairly common in Roman times around the time of Christ, when mourners filled small glass bottles or cups with tears and placed them in burial tombs as symbols of respect. Sometimes women were even paid to cry into these vessels as they walked along the mourning procession. Those crying the loudest and producing the most tears received the most compensation, or so the legend goes. The more anguish and tears produced, the more important and valued the deceased person was perceived to be. So, this is likely to be a tear jar, and I'm going to show you why this connects with La Palma Island. Right here, the shape of the island. It's an upside down teardrop. When you invert it, it looks very similar to a teardrop shape. Even when you research La Palma teardrop shape, you'll find several websites them referring to this island as being teardrop shaped. So there you go. Now you know why the palm and the bottle of jar of tears is right near the eruption. It's referencing La Palma Island. Very interesting. So right here is Bin Laden on an iceberg, and it's very similar to the shape of La Palma Island. This is the same scene, basically. He's still on that iceberg. But right here, this does not look like a normal crescent moon, and it doesn't look like a normal lunar eclipse either. It looks more like the Pieta scene, or the Virgin Mary with the halo around her head holding her baby, just like this. And this is, again, referencing the Pieta scene, which showed the volcanic eruption in the background, and Bin Laden is on the island of La Palma. So that's how it ties in. There might be other reasons why they're showing this, because this is multi-layered, but that's what I got from trying to connect the dots to this event, La Palma. So another thing that I noticed was the boy, he's wrapped up like a mummy. Then I found this. Mummify like an Egyptian. Egyptianizing mummification in the Canary Islands. This kind of mummification in the Canary Islands is usually called merlado, and has been attested in 3 of the 8 islands, Tenerife, Gran Canaria, and La Palma. Then it says, elements of the practice seem almost Egyptian in terms of objectives and methods. So there you go. You got the reason why she's got her palm next to the eruption, why she's holding the tear jar. It's in the shape of La Palma, a teardrop, and the tie-in with mummies in the Canary Islands. Now here's a close-up of the dead child who is being mourned by her mother, and you can see the 9 in his eye. Clearly looks like a 9. Also, I, the letter I, is the 9th letter of the alphabet. This could be 19. That's the date that La Palma erupted. And the earthquakes began on 9/11. 9/11. Very interesting. So that made me think of occult symbolism of closing one eye or covering one eye. And what are you left with? 9/11 on your eyes. That's if you don't cover your eyebrow, I guess. But also, all-seeing eye equals 119. And all-seeing eye equals 93. That's an important number because the sun being 93 million miles away. And I was looking at this date, 9/29. That's the next watch date that I have. 9/29, then October 4th. But this date has 93 days remaining in the year, and it's usually 119 on the Coptic calendar based off the ancient Egyptian calendar. So this is a beetle that crawls up on the boy's face right here. So you could look at this like 113 also, a date. Well, the eruption also took place on 113 on the Hebrew calendar. This could also be 319 if you say his eye is a 9. Then I noticed that Gabby Petitto was born on March 19th, 319. But there's a lot more with Gabby Petitto in this volcanic eruption. And I Pet Goat too. So this scene right here of I Pet Goat 2 looks very similar to this image of Gabby Petitto holding what looks like it could be like an apple. And the checkered floor, black and white. It's black and white right here. And also, if you rearrange Gabby Petitto, you can spell I Pet Goat 2. Another thing that I found out interesting, I look at that 322 code, and Gabby went missing on 8/27, 22 years, 23 weeks after she was born. But she was reported missing on 9/11. The earthquakes began on 9/11. Oops. Her body was found on 9/19. The eruption happened on 9/19. And I just showed you her birth date, 319, with the beetle on the boy's eye. Yeah, I guess that's about it for this video. I will talk to you guys next time. Take care.